When you hover, meaning when you move your cursor on a data point, you can see a series of details that appear. These details are called tooltips. In this video, I'm going to show you what the tooltips are and how you can use this powerful feature in Tableau in order to project and customize your details on your dashboard sheets. To start, the tooltip command is available on the Marks card. You can open it by simply clicking on it. And once you're on the screen, as you can see, Tableau has automatically captured three main information or three main fields or variables onto the tooltip window. And this is an automatic, um, and this is something that Tableau does automatically depending on the fields that you have available on the dashboard or on the sheet. So let's, for example, open a new sheet, and this sheet, let's bring two variables onto the canvas. Let's say we're going to bring region, and then we'll bring the profit as a measure. So we have bar chart created here. And when you hover your mouse on each of the bars, you can see the tooltip created already. That means again, Tableau automatically captures the fields or the variables that are implemented onto the sheet. In this case, we have two fields implemented onto the sheet, where we have the region and then we have the profit. So let me go back to sheet one. You can customize the tooltip. Um, let's say, and instead of having all the names of all the fields, you can simply click on all fields, which does the same job as putting all the names of the fields. Simply click on OK, and you can go and check that you can still see the names of the fields that are available on that sheet. Um, you can also add text. For example, you can take the liberty to type anything you want. For instance, you can say this chart is created in Tableau and simply click on OK. And as you can see, this upon as you can see on hovering onto your data points, you can see this tooltip detail appearing here. You can also add dynamic fields here now. For instance, you can say um, this um, the number for, since we have two, we have the calculation that we have is the distinct count of orders on the base on a time series basis. In other words, we're looking at distinct count numbers for each given date. So we can say, let's say, the number for the month of. Now here we can bring the month, in which case is the month, the order date, which is here, and I already selected this the date variable to project as the month, and then and then you can say the number for the month of, and then put the variable of the month here of is, and then you can put the actual calculation here, aggregation, which is the count of order ID, distinct count of order ID, and simply click on OK. Now, each time you over your you over on your data point, you can see that although the number for the month of is static, it does not change, but the two fields or variables that we implemented onto the tooltip are dynamic. The first being November, the month, and the year. That comes from this field on the column shelf, and the second one being the number after the colon, which is the aggregation of the distinct counts. So let's say this field data point here is for the month of March 2014 and it's 71. Let's say 69. Let's say July 2014 65, August 2014 72. So you can also add additional fields. For instance, if you would like to, let's say, if you'd like to add one of your other sheets as a projection of On the tooltip, you can do that. For instance, we can bring sheet 3 here. And that each time we hover our mouse on a data point, it shows sheet 3 for you. As you can see, we can look at the sheet 3 each time we hover our mouse. And you can play with the type of fields and variables that are available here. Again, you can add a variety of fields that are available here on the tooltip edit window, such as adding data source name, data update time, sheet name, which directly implements the name of the sheet. That's whatever sheet name that you um, apply onto the sheet name will automatically go on to be updated on your tooltip. Workbook name, uh, for instance, let's just put add sheet name and workbook name here. Sheet name, and then let's have the workbook name. And let's say page counts, how many pages there are on that sheet, page name, page number, default caption and titles, and then full name and username. Those can also be added. Let's just give a trial to sheet name or workbook name. And as you can see, this is sheet 1, so by default we have sheet 1 there already. But if I change it to sheet XYZ, you'll see that automatically changes to sheet XYZ. Now, as you can see, both sheet 1 and book 1 have been added to the tooltip. So as you can see, we have sheet 1 as a name of the sheet for the current page. Let's say if we change this to XYZ, that will automatically be updated on the tooltip. As you can see, sheet XYZ is updated on the tooltip, as well as the name of the workbook, which is book 1, and it's here. And lastly, you can also customize the formatting of your tooltip by font names, by the size of your font, adding bold or making italic or underlining or adding any colors. All that could be done as well. So let's say if you would like to make the month field appear in the color of blue, and the count ID aggregation, the distinct count aggregation come as red. And then, apologies, red. And let's click on OK. There you go. As you can see, the number, the field of the month, of the date field is in blue, and the distinct count aggregation is in red. And lastly, I hope that I have covered everything that's needed to understand and using tooltips for your dashboard sheets. Thank you so much.